What is up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you enjoy your 3-day weekend. I know I did. We're back again with the evaluations and doing really well. We're about 150 to 170 from passing the evaluations. And before I forget, the 90% off is back. Please use my code, and I do want to thank you for last month. You guys killed it, and I really appreciate it. Honestly, really, you guys basically paid for my dog's food. My dog's food is expensive, and they have the special diet, and it's this whole thing. And anyways, thank you very much. 90% off, code elite. We have until end of this month, so let's get back to the trades. So real quick, I do have to pass this evaluation by Friday. It's a must or fail, but yeah, Friday has to pass. I have to pass it because I will get charged 145 on Sunday, which I don't want to do that, obviously, because we have 90% off. So yeah, I have to pass it by Friday, which is no big deal. It's around 1.5, maybe 2 points from passing, so no biggie. But this first trade on this eval is this higher low, pretty straightforward trade. We do have a lot of support here, and break new low already in place, so decided to pull a trigger. The only problem is I only got a 1.25 out of that, so kind of disappointed in myself, but I'll take it. I wasn't sure if the top of the range was well, it wasn't confirmed, so I wasn't sure where it's at. Maybe it's something like this, possibly. This seems to be about right, but at the time I was kind of playing it around this area, and it never got confirmed, so it is what it is. But you clearly see there's a lot of support here down below. And then the trades on the second eval, I did take a loss the first trade, and I'll talk about this in a second, but it was 2 winners and 1 loser. And again, pretty straightforward trades, well, except this one. This one's not straightforward, and this one is. There's a second entry here that I should have taken. I don't know why I hesitated, can't remember. And these 2 trades were on order flow, and I'll talk about it right now. But yeah, solid day, honestly, solid day. I wasn't, nothing crazy. Pretty solid day. I really like it a lot. But let's talk about the footprint. And as you guys may or may not know, I've been trading footprint for the past 2 weeks, and I've been really enjoying this. And actually, let me move my you can't see Delta, let me move my stuff here real quick out of the way, so that way you can see. Here we go. Let me move this over here. Anyways, so yeah, I've been studying Delta a lot, and I'm really enjoying this. And the only sad part is I'm using a 7-day free trial with Trade Devils. This is Trade Devils, by the way, and it's gonna expire this week, end of this week. So kind of sad, because I really like these bars, and I really enjoy trading them. And it's just expensive. It's around 460 bucks or something like that, and I just cannot afford that at the moment. If you keep using my code, yes, I could get it for sure. So please do so I can get this. But they do have discounts on major holidays. They had one past this Easter, right? And it was about 20% off, which is really nice, which brings the price around to 380 or something like that. So not too bad. But again, I can't do it. And there's other ones that I'll talk about later on at the end of the video. But yeah, I've been studying the footprint chart, and okay, we're good. So the first trade on here that I was kind of looking at, and actually let me back up. So there's 3 things that I look for, actually 4 technically speaking, but those basically are finished auction, imbalance, and kind of like a pyramid stair step kind of action with the buyers or sellers. And I'll talk about which direction or whatever, and of course the minimum and maximum delta. So in this trade, it's kind of like a perfect trade-ish, but not really, because there's one thing that I made a mistake. So again, you have a finished auction, and by the way, this is not really how to say, like a perfect setup. I usually look for those kind of criteria at major key levels like support resistance, EMA, and things like that. This is kind of like almost like a no man's land, to be honest. And again, this is not really a good trade setup, but I just want to explain to you what I was thinking. And yeah, so basically you have a finished auction, you have a bearish imbalance because I'm going short, I'm trying to go short, right? You do have buyers are dying out at the top, and the problem is, which I did not look, was the minimum delta. That's a huge problem. And also volume. I also look at volume. I want to see a lot of volume coming in. So huge error. Delta is 2, which I'm not sure why it's 2. It should be negative because technically speaking it's minimum delta, so I'm not sure why it's 2, but it is what it is. But yeah, still a lot of buyers in control, so I pulled the trigger and got stopped out, so no big deal. And basically the way I look at minimum delta and maximum delta is it's how strong the buyers and sellers are in that candle, right? It doesn't mean that there was, you know, in this candle, doesn't mean that there's only 667 contracts buying, right? No, that's not what that is. It's a different formula. It's a whole thing there, right? But it just tells me how strong the sellers and how strong the buyers are, and more specifically aggressive, right? Because that's what delta is. It measures aggressive buyers and sellers, right? So you can clearly see the buyers are still in control, buyers still pushing price up, got trapped. It is what it is. But this is kind of like the way I kind of visualize it in my head. So you have like basically a 0 line, and you have, you know, maximum delta and then minimum delta, and then it's basically how far did the delta go to bring the price up, right? Kind of like a histogram ish. I don't know if it really makes any sense or not, but anyways, yeah, there's now a second trade here. Now this is not exactly a perfect trade either. You do have a finished auction. Again, I'm going long, so I want to see a bullish imbalance, and I want to see bullish imbalance at the bottom of the first 3 levels, right? First 3 ticks. That's what I'm looking for. Kind of like first 3 ticks here, you have a bearish imbalance, or I'm sorry, here. If it's like 4th tick, I don't pay attention to it. I disregard it. But you can clearly see it's like a stair step type of action, and basically sellers are dying down. You do have a delta flip as well, and it is at the EMA, and then of course you have buyers coming in as well. You have minimum delta is -102. So basically the sellers are giving up and the buyers are taking over. That's how I see it. And you can clearly see that on the next candle, right? You have 305, 323, and then -22. That means sellers were not even there. They're gone. And of course prices goes back up. Again, the only thing that I could have done better was capture more profits. But there's a second entry long here. Again, same concept. You have to see like sellers are kind of dying down. You do have -1,000, and then next candle is -215. So that means the buyers are coming in and the sellers are just giving up basically. Again, this is second entry long at the EMA actually. But the cool thing that I want to talk about was this right here. So you have a lot of volume coming in, and that's telling me something. It's giving me a clue, right? You have 11K here, which is nothing crazy. You have 11K here as well, but that's not anything crazy. You do have some trap traders. This is an indicator by Trade Devils as well in the footprint, but it doesn't really mean much. We have 11K coming into play. We're like, okay, we still have buyers to control. Everything is still positive. Okay, then this candle right here is super interesting, right? So you have 14K previous candle volume, important. You do have a, let me show you, kind of it's a small break, nevertheless it is a close outside, and you do have a new high. So it is a small one, but it's not really too convincing, but it is a break outside, so that's also a clue, right? Bring this back real quick. And next candle, right? 27K volume. Okay, again, sellers are coming in, but look at the minimum delta, right? We went from 101 to 1 and a -866. So that's telling me that the sellers are coming into play, right? The buyers are still strong. They're still strong. 973. You do have a delta flip, but that's not really significant. -90. That's really nothing. Anything below 100, I don't really consider anything significant. And of course, the next candle, same thing. Lots of volume coming in. You do have a delta flip, -816. The maximum delta is 253, and of course, negative delta or minimum delta is -824. So that's a huge clue. That the sellers are stepping in. And another thing too is point of control. I have point of control on each candle. That's the gray box. And then sometimes when the point of control aligns with each other in 2 candles, it could act as a support or resistance. Not always, okay, but it is a clue that's telling you, hey, that something's happening here, right? And of course, you do have a delta divergence here that's also in the footprint settings as well. And you clearly see a lot of sellers coming in, a lot of sellers. So I decided to pull a trigger, and I got 3 points out of that. 3 points in the quarter actually. Could have got more, but only aiming for 3 points in the quarter. So, but you can clearly see, boom, 15k. We have still delta still negative, still no buyers. I mean, there's still some buyers here, but negative 554. And then of course the candle after that, the volume did die down, but again, negative delta, no buyers whatsoever. And of course, minimum delta sellers still in control. Same thing here, same thing here. Here gets a little bit interesting. The buyers are still coming back in slowly. You get a little bit of volume spike here as well, so that's kind of like a little indication that maybe something's about to change. I don't know. Still no buyers, and then boom, more volume, more buyers, and prices reverse, right? Excuse me. So again, this is not really like a huge reversal, but you could have got a couple points out of this, maybe 1.5 point, 1.25, but again, this is a perfect example here. Same thing, point of control, both candles acting as support, right? So you have finished auction, you have bullish imbalance, you do have a kind of like a pyramid, like a stair step action here with the sellers. They're not even existed here. They're not here. Minus 52. That's nothing. And of course, price reverses, and boom, back to the EMA. And then of course the sellers come back in, and then now we're just chopping around, right? So that's how I use footprint. That's how I interpret the chart. And yeah, I mean, it's just I really like seeing the action inside the candle. To me, it's very very helpful. It really is helpful. And another little trick too that I like to use sometimes is I like to kind of drop my order where the most sellers are. Basically, like, you know, this one I went in at minus 176. I should have went in like minus 360 area level, but it doesn't always come back to the level. Sometimes the price just takes off, but yeah, sometimes I just do that. So like in this candle, I would probably drop my order at 416 level, but sometimes you could just do it at 306 to have like a sniper entry, right? More precise entry. And if you do a 307, right, you're only risking like 1.25, right? So if you play into the EMA, that's 3 points, 3.5 points, right? 3.25. So that's how I use it. Yeah, I really enjoying this. I really am. I mean, it's just, I don't want to say it's a game changer, but you just see it to me personally. I just see it more clear, right? And like I said, it's just a little bit expensive. I've been researching different order flows. One was Mike Valdo's, the other one was Trader Dale, and last one was the Trade Devils. And I ended up doing this, and it's just the way I have this set up here. It just makes sense for me. Again, I have bid and ask, and this is basically a delta histogram. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And Mike Valdo's and Trader Dale, they're expensive. They're like 600 plus, easy. And I just like this a lot. I like the way the setup is. There's tons of customization. I mean, tons. Let me just show you real quick. It's just so much information that you can get from this. So much. And sometimes too much information is not a good thing. But yeah, I mean, look at this list. This is just unbelievable. Look at this all. This is all as you can get. I probably utilize maybe 5% of this, honestly. But for me, I don't need all that. I just need this. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the video. That's it for me. Again, thank you all for using my code. I really appreciate you guys. And see what Friday brings. Again, I can't trade tomorrow, so I'll see you guys back on Friday. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. What is up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you got a great Easter.